Well, I play Joe O'Loughlin, a psychologist who gets called in by the police to help them with a case that they have. Things don't go according to plan with Joe, and he finds himself spiraling in this world of paranoia. We find Joe at a very strange point in his life. He's been working as a psychologist for about 10 years, but he has very recently been diagnosed with Parkinson's illness. So I think if we had caught Joe at a very different time, I feel like I've always felt like this, that the story would have taken a very different a turn. But we find him, he's quite vulnerable, he's scared, I think, and I think it sort of propagates him and propels him into this like recklessness, sort of a feeling of that. He seems to have a steady life, it's set up that way, and then you slowly see everything kind of unravel and become complicated for him. Initially, when I read the scripts, I thought they were great. I read the first three, left the last two, and I reread the first three again just to get a sense of everything and where things were going. And I thought they were really exciting. Yeah, it was really important to get the Parkinson's element of Joe's character correct. I worked with a man called Drew Hallam, who has Parkinson's. He was diagnosed, I believe, at 33. He's been on set a couple of times now. He's a great man, and we just talked about it a lot. When you know what it physically feels like, how it feels to take the medication that he takes to subdue it temporarily, and just what it's like to live with it. Lots of different dynamics with different people. You know, we have obviously Camilla as well, who's playing Beeput, who's playing Joe's wife, and she, a lot of that domestic stuff was great too. Very different feeling and dynamics to the interrogation rooms and with the police. And then you have Adam James, who plays his friend, is his best pal. Very different relationships, very different scenes there too. So it's been dreamy for me to be able to do, if it was just one thing or just another thing, it might get a bit dull quickly, but having so many different characters to play so many different roles in so many different little pockets has been great. James and Camilla are directors, both quite different styles. We started off with James. It's great, both lovely, very talented people. We would really talk about where we see the scenes going and what we're getting out of the scenes, what's the utility in doing these different things. And that was with both directors, something that very early on I felt, this is great. It's just the conversation, the dialogue we're having is the right dialogue. If I was watching this show, I would be questioning why I think somebody is innocent or guilty, and why am I thinking that? Like, what is this character doing that's making me feel like he's guilty of something? Why am I assuming this other person is innocent? And that internal dialogue myself as an audience member would be something I'd be interested in.